Okay, there we go. Yep, we are live now. Episode 32 of Candlekeep Mysteries. Here we are again
Wow.
for another one. 32. That's
How the heck did we get here?
yeah, it's taken a while. Mysteries have taken a while, so we'll see. Yeah, we seem to be getting momentum. This one seems to have lasted a relatively short time, but yeah. Last time you kind of finished off the underground temple you found. As it came across what seems to be a sentient sword that has connections to the Yuan-Ti and has kind of taken and kind of attuned with that and unlocked its kind of potential by defeating the mummified Yuan-Ti. And yeah, you found a bunch of loot before the place collapsed. You got some sizable amount of coinage, some potions, and some spell scrolls. Still not quite sure what those are, but I'm sure as soon as you get a chance to rest, you might be able to get a better idea of that, because you kind of hot-footed it over to the brooding pools where you wanted to do what you could to help them. When you arrived, it seemed like a fight had already broken out, with the majority of the Gripply there being already dead or dying. There were some, I think there were two Yuan-Ti on your side, and the rest were the bad ones, so you kind of engaged them and killed them, but not before they poisoned two pools. But you managed to kind of save around about half of the eggs that were in the poisoned pools, so some loss, but not
mechanically,
all.
Mechanically, we lose like one pool.
I guess, yeah, you could put it down like that, yeah. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so you managed to save the majority of the remaining eggs that had not yet been eaten, so that's pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of where we finished off at the end of the battle, as you were kind of scooping as many eggs out of the poisoned pools as you possibly could. So yeah, I think that's more or less everything we did last session. Yeah, I think so. Alright,
yeah,
so
we kicked the mummy's ass.
yeah, it went down a little bit too quickly, as you guys kind of pointed out, so I'll try harder next time. I need to get back into that frame of mind of the DM versus the players. So yeah, we'll see about the future encounters. Anyway,
I don't want to get into that mind. It's collaborative. That's a bad mindset.
Anyway.
No, kill them all. Kill them all.
So the dust settles, or the swamp dust settles, if that's a thing, as you are kind of scooping the eggs into the safe pools, and the majority of the
swamp dust.
Gripply are dead. There's one living Gripply in this kind of area, and two friendly Yuan-Ti. So yeah, the floor
Well,
is
it
yours.
appears they suffered quite a bit of a loss, but I'm glad we were able to help where we could. They can speak rough common, if I remember right.
I believe so. Yeah, they can
Gripply.
speak common, but it's very kind of uncomfortable for their vocal cords, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perhaps, Kane, you should be the interpreter. Seems to stress them out a little bit.
I wouldn't mind a bit.
Yeah.
Kane also has 2 hands full of eggs. It's just like...
Yeah. Keenorns was helping Kane.
So the Gripply kind of just like madly waddles over to you and starts ushering you towards one of the near pools to kind of just put them back in the water.
Yeah.
I say, I gotta
Keenorn would be
keep
like,
them moist.
Alright, yep.
I'll give a tap on Kane's shoulder, be like, I guess I'm not quite as convincing of a prophet as I tried to be. It was a good strategy, though.
Oh, they were just too stupid to understand. You did fine.
Yes.
Damn heretics, all of them. I jest.
Looks like that sword is treating you well, though.
Yes. We'll see if this is a pact I will come to regret later. But at the moment, no complaints.
Yeah, there's a whisper in your head as a no regrets, only glory.
Yes, no regrets, only glory.
Yeah, the two Yuan-Ti over here are kind of just like tending to each other's wounds, kind of talking in hushed voices. One of them is kind of giving you looks, Kane. You probably recognize them.
I'm the
Is it-
prophet.
He's gonna try not to make eye contact. He's just gonna be like,
We should
Awkward.
probably do a perimeter check to ensure that they're all driven away or slain.
Okay.
Plus,
Okay.
I believe we have some people to return to.
Yeah. But what's my HP at? I'll live. For now. I can certainly keep going a little bit longer.
Yes. Our job is not quite done. We should at least update the broodmother, was it?
Yeah. We, let our ferrymen know that we're done here as well.
How bad of a shape did the Yuan-Ti look?
They're pretty scuffed up.
Perhaps we could ask them to remain behind with the Greppli, since, well, he's the only one left. Just act as
Agreed.
a guard while we're away.
At least to scream a little louder.
They're not that
Kane will
far
ask
off,
the
so they'll probably hear you speaking about them and approach you.
Kane's gonna ask the Gripply if they got the Gripply from in town, the ones that were under the Yanti rule.
Yes. We gathered as many strong and able ones as we could to come here. The rest retreated back to the trading post, I believe, was the safest place. But our able-bodied ones seem to fare poorly, as you can see. And he kind of just gestures to the 6 dead Gripply.
We appreciate their sacrifice, for what it's worth.
Yes, we have lived the
We took care
majority
of-
of our lives. We need to protect the unborn and young.
We've taken
Well-
care of the threat underneath the temple, so at least one threat to their futures has been dealt with, if that excuses our delay.
What threat? Temple?
I look at someone more qualified to discuss what the fuck that was than me.
Perhaps it's something we should speak to the broodmother about and allow her to
Yes.
dissect that information for you all.
I'm sure the brood mother knows more than I. He looks very nervously at the 2 Yuan-Ti there. These ones helped, I believe. We went to them as you asked, as you requested, and appealed to them. Only 2 volunteered. The rest were too tired or did not care.
Well, Better than nothing, I suppose.
Yes, and it goes to show you that despite what race or species, they are willing to help, and I hope that you all take that into consideration and don't go to war with the Yuan-Ti or some such.
We are not creatures of war.
Excellent. Enough blood has been shed, enough lives have been taken.
Indeed. I shall remain here, I think. You may return to the Broodmother or do as you will. But I would appreciate if you send word and send reinforcements to this area.
A simple enough task.
Yes, we'll do our best.
Very good. And he'll kind of just busy himself kind of inspecting the pools, like kind of cleaning them, or taking out any debris or whatever, just checking any eggs. Yuan-Ti kind of like they're just loitering near you, and one of them clears their throat loudly. I believe we heard you mention our name, or our species at least.
Yeah, we'd like to thank you for helping the Grepli out in their time of need.
We knew you were associated with them in some way, so let's say it's returning the favor for a service, and leave it at that. She gives Kane a wink.
Rather... Either way, it was rather noble of you.
Fair enough. I will accept this. Compliments, yes. Nevertheless, our business here is concluded. I do not see any reason in staying. So I'll probably take my comrades and move on.
Perhaps we could convince you to stay a little while longer at least, while we at least get a few more Gripli here in the vicinity.
Here specifically, or just the general area? And for how long? And in return for what?
Well, I believe our next step is to head towards the Broodmother and update her on the situation, and inform her that we need to send some more Grepli here to watch over the pools, just in case perhaps there's some hiding in the shadows or something. One poor Grepli is nothing for defense.
Very true. They are rather weak.
Yes. But the Broodmother is our next stop, so I don't suppose it shall be too long of a wait.
That is agreeable. I will wait here until more of those things arrive, then we will take our leave and move on to more prosperous ventures or something along those lines.
I believe that is agreeable.
Very well then.
Well, if we have nothing else here, everyone, I think we should be getting back.
Tour of the village first, or just straight back?
I believe it's straight back.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Gripli said they cleared it out and got the other Gripli from there, right?
Yeah, so they went to the village area to get able-bodied reinforcements and then sent the unable back to the trading post. So the village
Before we
should be
leave-
mostly vacant, if anything.
Before we leave, Kane will cast invisibility on the Gripli to make him feel safer since he'll be alone.
Okay. He kind of just is shocked, but
He'll
yeah.
let him know beforehand. It's like extra layer of security. That was my last spell slot.
Okay. I mean, he says, if you think yeah, sure. I will continue my work regardless. He's kind of just tending to the pools. Okay. Yeah, so you guys decide to head back to the trading post to the kind of speak to the pond mother. Yeah, you can
Yep.
do a kind of general sweep as well if you do that. You don't really see any signs of any more Yuan-Ti. Either they're in hiding or have given up or have died probably. So yeah, you kind of head back. You don't need to go the same route you took in, so you could probably just head south. It's kind of a awkward trek, but you probably kind of make your way back eventually to the trading post area. Okay, so let's head over to there. Okay, let's see. So we got Chadwick. Get everyone together there. Oop.
Oh. Good shot.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, well, everyone kind of gets back to the trading post area, kind of approach from the wilderness of the swamp. And yeah, you're probably not trying, unless you're trying to be stealthy, the kind of Gripply who are posted see you approaching and they kind of act all aggressive initially, but then when they see who you are, they'll kind of lower their weapons and kind of usher you into the camp. Yeah, they kind of address you and say, "Yeah, you returned, so I presume you were successful."
Well, I guess we were. There were some casualties on all sides, but we seem to have eliminated the threat.
This is most pleasing news. The Pond Mother will be happy to know. I will take you to her at once. Okay, so you're kind of led to the Pond Mother's kind of tent. Okay, and you're asked to wait a moment as one of the Griffly goes in to rouse the Pond Mother. Okay, let me find what I wrote down for some stuff. Okay. Yeah, so the Pond Mother will approach out and kind of look you all over. You seem weathered, battered, but hopefully successful. Tell me of your venture.
It was a trial to be sure, but a completed one.
Did you ever find out what these nefarious beings were after?
Yes, we did. It was an ancient spirit, a prophet of some sort for their god of destruction. Amply dealt with, as you see. My friend Azza has a reward from that creature upon its defeat.
What's reward?
And
I
then
have a big ass scimitar.
Oh, that is particularly large. A worthy prize, I'm sure.
upon this victory, we then made our ways to the brooding pool, and we
Oh, yes.
dispatched and the remaining Yuan-Ti that was threatening your kin.
Oh,
I must say though that there were heavy casualties on your side. Many Gripply fell heroically in battle, saving their brooding pools.
what of the eggs?
We were able to save a majority of them. They tried to, at some last desperate task, put poison in the ponds. My companions and I, We scooped up the remaining eggs and placed them in other ponds, so an overwhelming majority of the eggs survived.
Disgusting tactics.
I agree.
Despicable. But the majority saved. This is good. And
Yeah, so we were able to ask for the assistance of some Yanti that didn't agree with the radicals, I guess you can say, that helped in defending these pools. So when you and your kin return and see Roman Yantis, just know that these are not hostile.
that will be hard to believe, but I do remember they were somewhat broken in their cooperations. But yes, I'm sure any Gripply that comes across another one of them will be cautious or defensive in some way. But yes. Which ones were the good ones? How would you describe them?
Alive.
Yeah, Kane, how would you describe them? You know them rather intimately.
Fuck you, Salam. Sorry, I think a mosquito got stuck in my throat.
Skittle?
They are alive, in fact, as Azza said.
I see.
They're more humanoid looking, less snake-like.
I see. The more reptilian they are, the more disgustingly nefarious. Yes. I will keep this in note and pass it on to the able-bodied who can start reclaiming our village area and hunt and rout out the rest of them if there are any left over.
The survivors of your people back at your village ask for reinforcements immediately, at least in short order. If you can send some warriors soon, that'd be
I
for the
will
best.
send them immediately, and she'll kind of click and clack at one of these guys, and he'll go hopping off, and he'll go gather some boys and head on out into head on out into the village, into the brooding pools, and start kind of organizing the kind of reclamation of their village.
Perhaps we may escort you back to town, Your Majesty.
I will remain until safety is guaranteed. It is important I remain safe so I can pass on my knowledge and teachings to the next Pond Mother. In our society, my safety is paramount to maintain our culture and knowledge. I hope you understand.
Shouldn't you have a backup for that, just in case something like this happens again? It might not be the worst idea to have a backup pond mother or something, or a written history of the teachings or something like that.
Yes, this could be something we can try. Typically we go by word of mouth and whatnot, but yes, maybe we can invest more in these writings like the one you retrieved for us. Yes, nevertheless, future endeavors. Now, I believe I promised you some level of rewards. Wait a moment, please. And she'll kind of disappear into her tent for a bit. And she comes out afterwards, kind of lugging a rather large, kind of little wooden, like, storage box kind of thing. And she kind of looks amongst you. Which one of you is the leader? Head of the group? Sorry?
I pointed to supervisor.
She'll waddle over to him, Keener, and then hand him kind of like a small coffer kind of box thing. This is our current savings from past trades. We will recuperate once we can get trade going again. Yes, I hope it is satisfactory. Inside is roughly it's 200 gold pieces in total. And one more thing I can do for you. I don't know of the use, but there is a certain ritual I could perform for you that would instantly enable you to speak language. I don't know how often you would come across Gripply, but perhaps having a language that, for the most part, no others can speak may be useful for your team work or covertness.
Sure.
Yeah.
It will take some moments
that would be
to
very nice.
prepare, but perhaps rest, and in the evening we can perform the ritual.
And we rest in the stone building over behind us.
If you wish, but it's not really made for resting unless you enjoy stone floors and resting amongst a trading area. But I am not one to judge. Rest where you will. I will call upon you when the ritual is ready.
I expect that it'll block the wind.
As would a tent, but do what you will. And she'll kind of waddle back into her tent and start. You kind of catch glimpses of her kind of going around gathering various things.
Alright.
Chadwick's like a intern, he doesn't get paid.
Okay.
Chadwick's a salary man. He doesn't get tips.
So yeah, you guys have time to rest. Later on, you'll be called in to for the ritual. Then it'll just be kind of carried out, and at the end of it, you'll then be able to speak in the Gripply tongue.
Excellent.
Mm.
So let's see the inside.
Ah, it's wet in here. Ah, I fell into a pool. Ah.
Oh yeah, you went not through the
is this here?
entrance. That's just like
Why
a
is there a
watery
door?
bit. It's the
Why
indoor
is there a
water
door here?
area.
You fell into their bathroom.
Indeed. I think there's a place I can pull myself out. Who
Yeah,
puts a door here?
there's steps there.
I'm soaking wet.
Yeah, you're soaking wet now. You kind of waded into a pond there and then kind of went inside.
Well, to be
But
fair,
you're tired.
The pond was a lot more shallow than it was to start.
Mm-hmm.
I remember right, we still have water walking.
Oh, do you?
It's
Yeah,
the
well, that's
last
great.
24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 24? I thought it was 8.
Oh, maybe it's 8.
Jesus.
One of them's
Either
8, one of
way,
them's
wow.
24 hours. Sorry, water breathing. I did water breathing. I think you did water walking.
Yeah, I did water walk.
Yeah, water breathing is 24 hours. So, okay.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna have to get out of my armor and get out of my clothes and let everything dry.
Gotta keep your
It'd
socks
be a
dry.
real hardship. It'd be a real goddamn hardship.
Perhaps the Pawn Mother was asking us to avoid this for a reason.
Well, it's inside here is kind of like the main trading hub area. Nothing out of the ordinary other than what they would be kind of shipping out. So like the majority of it's kind of like seafood and other things you would kind of gather from the sea. So like maybe some pretty shell necklaces or I don't know, crab carapaces. There's probably a use for that.
And the majority of the floor is dry. Just not that door.
Hmm.
Well, if there's no objections, I will click the long rest button and start fixing my profile sheet of all this irregularities.
So like you probably have like enough for a short rest, but then the pond mother will come to you. She'll say the ceremony is ready. You'll go do the ceremony. Now you can speak Gripply, and then you can have a long rest basically. So yeah, you'll get a long rest, and you'll get your Gripply language as well. Yeah. And then, so yeah, let's say it's conveniently is more or less the end of the day, so you'll have a long rest, and then you can set off back to Candlekeep in the morning. So
I
yeah.
have the strange impulse whenever I'm bored just to croak. So I'm just laying there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you have the ceremony done, and then you have your long rest. While if everyone's got their characters leveled up, I can import that while you kind of talk amongst yourselves during the long rest, or what you would be getting up to during a long rest.
I've not done that yet, but let me go ahead. It'd be pretty easy.
Azir and Salam have,
Wow.
so I'll import those.
Back to my sweet 18 strength.
Yeah, taking a long rest will get the strength back to you.
So we're level 7 now?
What a good level for Eldritch Knights.
My character sheet should be updated, so you can move mine over whenever.
I think mine's
Did you have
updated.
anything for? Yeah. Did you have anything for HP, by the way, for rolling?
You can take the average, or you can roll, and you can re-roll ones.
Oh, cool, because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's fine. You can re-roll that.
Oh man, brittle.
Right. It's better. It should be easy to update.
Okay. Let me know when Kane and Keenerin are done, and I'll import you guys. So yeah, do you kind of get up to anything during your kind of long rest period over in this trading area?
Kinara kind of get used to speaking Gripply. It's probably rather odd.
Yeah, it probably gets a bit of getting used to, but you soon kind of fall into it and get accustomed to the kind of movements of the vocal cords that come with this new language. Yeah, you can get a sense that it's quite close to Primordial, but it's still quite a different language.
So if somebody was speaking Primordial, would we be able to like kind of understand them?
Let me have a look here. Let me. Oh no, sorry, I kind of misremembered that. She speaks Primordial that she'll prefer, but no, Gripply is like a different language. Sorry, she just happens to know Primordial. It's
Gotcha.
maybe it's close enough since it's kind of easier on the Gripply vocal cords, but it probably wouldn't let you kind of get any ideas of what they're saying. It's probably just maybe it's just easier on the vocal cords.
Okay.
Okay. So you get kind of used to the language. Yeah, everyone kind of greets you as heroes of their village and claim that they'll name many of their children after all of you.
Keener
I advise him.
Import.
Okay.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah. Oh, Kane did that before. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you roll 1 again, you're keeping the 1.
Many ones can we get?
Hey.
Okay, there you
Oh!
go. Just about.
I advise them they can drop the of Gwyneth part. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Mm-hmm. Akinarin
Just in case
still
there's any-
reads as level 6 on D&D Beyond. Have you done that?
Huh.
Oh no,
up
there you go.
7 for
Oh no,
me.
there you go. Well, I needed to click into it. It's fine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, let's import that. Okay, Kinarin. Anyone got anything exciting with the level up?
War magic.
Greater invisibility.
That's pretty strong.
So
I got Psychic Lance, and
Ooh,
I'm ready to be leveled up.
nice.
Oh, Rolithim Psychic Lance, that's such a badass spell.
Got some interesting 4th level spells for Druid now. They've definitely updated it, because 4th level was kind of a level
It's kind
for
of
Druids.
it's kind of an level for clerics right now. There's only 8 spells.
Yeah, the shallow pool.
Yeah, it's a really shallow pool.
All right, I've got
I,
polymorph now.
And none of them are a damage spell whatsoever. Not a single damage spell at level 4.
Okay, yeah, everyone should be
I
level
think
7
druids
now.
at least get blight.
Yep, blight, definitely.
Yeah, the druid list is better than the cleric list probably at 4.
Wall of fire.
Oh yeah. You've got
Get,
some
like,
good
4
choices.
You get like 4 summoning spells.
Okay, so also, I guess during your long rest, you could have kind of looked into the other stuff you gathered as your loot. Also, so Salam, you kind of did that whole question to the unknown powerful entity about asking a question. So
Yeah.
the kind of response you get is continue to spread the words of Saloon, do your best to follow the kind of teachings and be accepting and understanding of others, and soon you'll be visited in a way that will take you to Waterdeep, where you'll be set on your path that will result in you pleasing Saloon greatly. So something along, yeah, basically that kind of thing. Okay. So you got a load of coins. Let me go back. So also, I believe you got some chimes. You'll be able to work out what they are. Let me just get these and check. Got that. Where is it? Let me just need to find out the charge on them.
For my level, Ada's just doing some regular footwork with with weapon exercises, in a spot away from anyone he might strike off in this building. And at one point, it all looks pretty regular, but at one point he starts to glow after a strike, and he stops, looking very fucking pleased with himself.
Excellent. So, who has the chimes that they took off the Yuan-Ti on the surface of the kind of temple area?
Which Yuan-Ti was it?
It was the one on the left, I believe. So one was holding a set of chimes, another was a lantern. The lantern was broken on the floor, but the chimes still seemed good.
I don't remember who grabbed them.
Okay.
wouldn't have been
I've
me.
got it. I've got it written down, but I don't remember who grabbed them.
Okay, so let's see. I'll just roll a d4. So Keener in 1, Salam 2, Kane 3, Azza 4, and we'll just have it like that, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Salam, you have them. So you spend some time with them, and you kind of surmise them to be the chimes of opening. And as you kind of spend time with it, you kind of feel that it has enough magic in it to have 5 uses of it. And you might be knowledgeable enough of this item that once its uses are spent, it kind of breaks. So it's got 5 uses in it. So 5 charges for Chime of Opening. Yeah. I'm sure you all know what they are.
Never heard of it.
So you strike it as an action, pointing it at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock. The chime issues a clear tone. One lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object. If no locks or latches remain, the object itself opens. So that's what you got from that. So going into what you got from the little loot hoard. So there were 3 potions that looked relatively similar, one of them a bit more substantial. You kind of spend some time and see that you have now 1 potion of superior healing and 2 potions of greater healing. And the 1 potion is a mystery to you initially. Salam, you could do your alchemy check on it or whatever and see if you could get an idea.
His headset's off. He's on the phone.
Okay. We'll go into that later then.
Can I
And
roll an
I
Arcana?
have.
Yeah. And what was that, Azza?
Oh, I was gonna say, can I ask Kane if is so willing to look at the potion of giant strength I received from the hag? I've been putting that off, but we haven't actually confirmed it's a potion of giant strength. I would appreciate someone with
Kane,
magical
Kane
bend.
can have a look, and Salam can have a look when he's here.
Sorry, I had a call from my
Yeah, no worries.
surgeon.
No worries.
What did I miss?
So I was so chime of opening, 5 charges. You got that. Looking at the potions, you have 1 potion of superior healing, 2 potions of greater healing, and then a mystery potion. Ooh.
I don't know what it is.
I was going to ask you to do a check. Kanon can also get in on that. And also, Azza is asking the both of you to take a look at the potion of, was it Hill Giant Strength? And see if it's legit or not.
Yeah, been sitting on that one for a little while. Everyone just seems so busy. Lord knows what it actually is.
What's the first roll for? What are you looking at first?
Az's. potion
Az's.
for the Hill
Okay.
Giant Strength.
Kane, as far as you can tell, it seems to be legit.
There's nothing wrong with this.
I'm about to break so many goddamn doors down.
So that's an 18
Yeah.
to see the mystery potion.
So the mystery potion, yes, Salam, you can also kind of confer that the giant potion is also fine. So 18. So this is a potion you have never come across before. Giving it a sniff, you kind of maybe get the smell of kind of ingredients that might be used in kind of casting dimensional magic. As you kind of gaze into the potion, you kind of see glimpses of other beings that look different but also feel extremely familiar. So this is a kind of weird homebrewy potion, I believe, that I've thrown in for shits and giggles. So some sort of weird dimensional potion. It doesn't seem...
I have literally no idea what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know what a dimensional potion is.
Yeah, so it's kind of like gives you the smell of ingredients that might be used in dimensional magic, maybe to travel to other domains or dimensions. As you look into the depths of the potion, you catch glimpses of beings that look different, but you kind of get a strong sense of familiarity with them.
So I could surmise that it either summons something or teleports the drinker somewhere.
Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Well, I should have guidanced myself first. Fuck. I always forget about that.
Maybe if you go do some research in Candlekeep during some spare time, you might get to have a better idea of what it could be, but you have like a tail to start following when you get back to the keep. So after this, there were some spell scrolls, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I put
3 of them.
those?
Well, let me know if there's any wizard spells.
Here we go. Okay, so 3 spell scrolls in fancy spell tubes to keep them fresh. You have 1 spell scroll that you identify as Major Image, another spell scroll that you identify as Reverse Gravity, and another spell scroll that you identify as Commune.
Wow. Interesting.
A rather odd collection of scrolls.
Yeah.
I
believe at least one of them should be useful to each of you. Well, the spellcasters, I believe.
Well, I believe the commune should go to Salam. I think he's the only one that can handle it.
Mhm.
I don't believe such spells in my repertoire.
Yeah, and I don't think I can cast the other 2.
Yeah. I aims to have like 1 for each of the spellcasting classes.
I
So
wish
that-
I could cast Reverse Gravity. That's a fucking badass spell.
So commune should be cleric, and one of them will be druidic, and one of them will be.
Oh, holy
good for
shit!
sorcerer.
Reverse Gravity's a druid spell? I had no idea. I thought that was
Yeah.
a sorcerer or wizard spell.
Mm.
Damn, druids get some badass damage spells.
Yeah. So yeah, you get something there, each of you. Azza has his sword. You got some spell scrolls.
Yep. I
Yeah.
could I can
I'd rather have
technically
a
cast from
sentient weapon
wizards.
if we're putting in requests. I'd rather have a sentient weapon next time.
Okay.
What do you think this thing does? It just like talks to me.
Yeah. Just
It gives
bitches
me +1.
constantly. It's just always pestering you. Why aren't you hunting something? I'm bored.
Wash your
Go
hands,
find.
Azza.
Wash
Because
your
it's that
hands.
Only shake
that
2 times.
Yes, 3 times you're playing with it. I got it.
Yeah. My last master did a better job than you.
No, he didn't. I killed him.
Okay. Alright, so I believe that's everything you found on this adventure. So you got the coinage from the temple, but also 200 extra gold from the Pond Mother, and you can now speak Griply amongst yourselves, which Chadwick is also included with that. Okay. So yeah, you have your long rest, you wake up in the morning, and yeah. There we go.
Go.
Yeah. So you can still see the expertly drawn ship docked outside. In the morning, you can see Mito Yan's kind of talking to the pond's mother. As you get closer, you kind of can hear that they're talking about how to re-establish trade and kind of how they can kind of level out the missed shipments based on what they've were being paid for, kind of thing. So they're kind of just negotiating, basically.
Love the expertly drawn ship.
Mm.
Should we pick up some crab before we head back to the keep?
You could do. You already did harvest some crab, but you could probably buy some more at the market here. Or you could just I'm sure they're arranging at least a shipment, but you kind of got some already, but you could also help kind of with their negotiations or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's like a seafood market here. You could get what's her face? Oh shit, what was she called? Loris Nis. You could buy her a nice seashell necklace as a souvenir.
Aww.
Yeah, 2 greater healing, 1 superior to distribute as you please.
I'll get a she-cell necklace.
Yeah, it's not expensive, but it's pretty. It's 4 silver pieces. Maybe that is
Fine deal, I
expensive.
think.
I don't know. Yeah, 4 silver pieces for a fancy little seashell necklace.
Wow,
I'll
it's
give them
clearly
a gold.
it's clearly sort of uppriced for the labor, but it's a fine necklace, I'm sure.
It is.
I'm sure they have much to recoup as well, so I'm sure prices are going to be a little high for now.
Alright, so yeah, if you've got nothing else to do here, you can head to the ship and catch Mita Yans up with your exploits and say you're ready to return to the keep now that you have solved what was going on regarding the missing shipments, and you've delivered the tome with the cylinder books inside as you were tasked with. So you are all finished here and ready to head back.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Ready?
Okay. So yeah, you head back on the ship and you head back to the keep. So this is the same amount of time back on the dog ear. How long was it?
I
it
love
was
that ship.
3 days. Yeah, not 3 days. A day and a half to get back to the keep on ship.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so during the any day that we're on the ship, Kinoran would ritually cast water breathing on everyone just in case. But then during the day, he would kind of like to maybe sit down and start putting together his report. That way, it's ready when he gets back this time.
Yeah, very good. Look at the ship go.
During this, Kane would be casting invisibility to see what Kinoran is writing in his report.
Okay, yeah, you can do that if you want. So you kind of see Kieran writing, and you're probably aware it was kind of requested in front of you guys. So yeah, you kind of cast invisibility and go to get a peek in at what he's writing. I'm not sure if Kieran has it'd be his passive perception. So I guess if you're invisible, you would still be making noise, so it would be advantage. So you got 19. And Keenerin, I don't.
Kinoran's is
Will be
16,
passive, yeah.
So, yep. So
Unless
Kinoran
you're-
doesn't notice.
All right, so yeah, unless you're keeping watch for some reason, yeah. So you don't notice Kane, yeah. And Kane gets up close and sees a glimpse of what Keenerin is writing. So, depending on how much of it you have written so far, you can kind of give Kane a kind of footnote version of it. What are the key points you would have written so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's just very very punctual, very factual. Just very thoroughly kind of describing the events. As far as any personal conflicts or anything like that, that Kinor doesn't include that. It shows up. We talk to the pond mother. Blah. We did this. We did that. Yeah, does his best to kind of outline everything that happened. He probably would include the sentient sword in there, just because kind of an important thing to put in, and if he doesn't, he could probably get in trouble if that's hey, why do you have a sentient sword from a snake god? So
Okay.
that's included, unfortunately, but
Does the sword need to go on payroll?
I don't think so.
But any of the slight bit of headbutting during the first trip there, that's excluded. That's not in there. So yeah.
Any mention of Kane's relations?
Inoran is not going to include that.
Okay. I think there was something Chadwick did that you said would go in the report. Maybe when he was at the brood pool, he kind of threw out that fireball or something. I don't know. I can't quite remember. But yeah, so Kane, you kind of see the general kind of notes made there as for regarding Keeneran's report. So yeah, when you feel happy with what you've observed, you can leave and do what you will with that information.
Kane will keep it to himself.
Okay, good. Yeah, so yeah, that kind of happens, let's say, during the day. Then you get to the evening time of the journey, and then the next day. Does anyone do anything else during the kind of voyage home, or shall we just head back to the keep?
Yeah, I would go to Kane and just have a quick conversation with him if I can find him.
Yeah,
Kane will go somewhere where no one sees him to drop invisibility and then just show up, acting like he's using the bathroom.
Kane,
Yes. How can I help you, Salam?
do you happen to know anything about dimensional magic?
I don't have any spells, but can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah. Oh shit,
I know everything.
You know quite a lot. So you've probably studied before the kind of the whole traveling between different realms through the space shit that some they have these kind of ships that are powered through magic, and they're kind of used to kind of travel between the different worlds. You also know that every now and then portals can appear between the realms as well. So you're quite aware of the fact that there's other dimensions, other worlds, and although difficult, it is possible to travel between them, and there seems to be an infinite number of possibilities in the grand scheme of things.
Because we got this potion, and I have a sense that some of the ingredients are used in dimensional magic, and it's almost like I can feel other beings through this potion that I'm familiar with, but yet not familiar with at the same time. It's rather confusing.
Yeah, kind of putting this into there with the natural 2024 as well. You do know of mad wizards and researchers who have kind of pushed the envelope with trying to travel to or draw other beings from other dimensions, maybe to either take the place of an alternate dimensional self or bring another self to another dimension, or all sorts of crazy ass things.
So he'll go ahead and he'll explain that to Salam. Plus, there are many other kinds of dimensional magics. I've heard of Misty Steps and Dimension Doors, and there's one about different kinds of planes. I remember there was some wizards back home that were working on something. It was what was it? Some kind of binding spell that would take something from one place and put it in another, or take you and put you in another place.
Oh, like banishment?
Like that, or
Kind
maybe
of,
like
but
a swapsy kind of thing.
Because
kind of.
I just got access to the spell called banishment that will send a creature to another plane of existence or back to its home plane if it's from another plane originally.
Oh, I'm familiar with banishment. It's kind of more of like trading places.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you got a little bit more of a clue as to what this potion might be, a little bit more research, and you might find what it is.
Yeah, Salam's not very good at research, so
We could definitely ask the keep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I do have to give this religious prayer book to the keeper. I think it
Oh
was
yeah.
a great find. Not many know about Yanti ritual, Yanti cultures, and this kind of depth skimming through it.
yeah, absolutely. I think he will appreciate that for sure.
hmm
Well, perhaps if you have time, maybe you could help me research this potion. I have the have kind of the technical know-how with herbs and potions and things like that, but I'm not the greatest researcher.
Oh, that's fine. I can handle some of the more magical natures. You can handle some of the natural beings and alchemical parts, and then we could just send Chadwick for the rest. Speaking of which, uh, Chadwick is I'm gonna look around and make sure he's not near me.
You can't see him. He's somewhere.
in the shadows.
Yeah.
Chadwick seems to be a bit different, does he not?
Indeed, he does. Quite a bit different.
At first, it was just the teleporting into the darkness, which who am I to judge that? But he seems a little more aggressive, more
A
destructive
little more
now.
brazen, yeah.
I wonder if Aza's rubbing off on him.
You probably would have noticed that he has a particularly close kind of relation, or well, he has a lot of rapport with Azza out of everyone.
Best friends, okay?
Uh-huh, sure.
He's my unpaid best friend.
The best kind of friend. Excellent.
What do you think we should do about it, Kane? I mean, is there anything we can do about it?
Well, I know he's been through a lot. I don't suggest we do anything other than keep an eye on him and make sure that if he goes into a time of hardship, that we're there for him. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know himself or what his abilities are now. Whatever those mean locks did to him definitely had an effect.
Yes, definitely. I worry about him a little now. In the sense of he's become rather unpredictable.
I kind of like it, if I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a bit worried that perhaps he does something out of character. I don't want the keep to reflect on him poorly. our actions are in detailed record now. So I just hope Kenoran doesn't expect the radicalness of him without knowing the full story.
Yes. And I will say, as much as I like Kenoran, I don't know if I like this whole being documented everything that we do. I feel like before Kenoran came around, we had a little bit more free reign to kind of do as we saw fit, and now we're kind of having to look over our shoulder a little and be a little more careful, which I don't know if I'm really quite a fan of.
Well, everyone has their role. After what happened last time, it's to be expected, but we'll win him over in no time, darling. Don't
It
you
wasn't
worry.
our fault. That whole fiasco was not our fault. We did the best that we could with it.
I know, but most punishment is doesn't matter about fault. It matters about stance. They want to make it look like they're doing something rather than actually doing something.
I'm still not very happy that they took half our pay for that.
Well, neither am I, but I've heard rumors of this gambling den that was created in the absence of our dear friend Rolo.
There's a gambling den in Candlekeep?
Oh, salam, salam, salam. You know so much, but yet know so little. I will
never-
enlighten you.
I've never gambled before. What's it like?
Well, it has its highs and its lows, and sometimes highs are very good, and sometimes, let me tell you, lows are very lows.
Well, maybe you can take me sometime. That sounds fun.
But will do. Whatever Rolo was starting, it has flourished magnificently.
It's true. Alright.
But let us go meet with the others and figure out our next plan of actions and how we're gonna report to Mr. Keeper himself.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so let's say all of that took place and you have a long rest, or you kind of spoke on maybe the kind of half day as you were kind of pulling, and then more or less you're here now, or you have a bit more time to talk on board. Either way, if you've kind of just kind of got back to Candlekeep, the kind of dock is on the outside area and you have time as you kind of walk up to the keep.
Does anything look different? No attacks or nothing? No all-out war going on?
You can't see
Dragon
anything.
flying around?
No dragons.
Mirror.
Okay.
Are we in the mirrorverse where everything's reversed?
I don't think you are, no.
Interesting. Hesitation.
Well, shall we go report to the Keeper, Kenoran? I
Yes,
hope your
believe
records are in order.
I believe I got what was important in the notes.
Oh, actually, as you kind of get through the main entrance, you kind of see that there's been some added security since you kind of last brought up the whole problem with the books coming in that 8 people. I think that was a session before Keenan joined us, but yeah, so the security is a bit more beefed up, and you kind of see some kind of like metal detector kind of things, but for magic. So like as soon as Azza gets near it, it starts like beeping madly, and they go to like move towards you, but then they see who you are and you flash your keeper's hands badge, and kind of like they kind of just wave you through.
I look so disappointed at them.
Yeah, but they're kind of eyeing you very suspiciously and kind of talking amongst themselves as they kind of wave you through security. Yeah, so Mito Yans kind of sees you off and says he's going to go off and kind of report to whoever the fuck he reports to for trade and stuff. Some guy named Timmy Trader.
Waffles.
Timmy Trade. Yeah. So yeah, do you head straight to the Keeper?
Take me there.
All right. Everyone going to
Kane
the
would
Keeper?
clean himself up a little bit,
Yeah.
make himself look presentable.
All right. Yeah. You kind of spend a little time brushing yourself down. Prestidigitate yourself, make it nice, and then you head to the Keeper of Tomes' study.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Okay, so you know the way by now, so you get there very quickly. You kind of knock on the door, wait a moment, and then you are welcomed into the room, and you see Genesee kind of stood behind his desk, and he looks up at you and kind of beckons you all to head on over. Yeah. Back from your mission, I see, yeah?
Yes, we just arrived.
Yeah. Take it it's a day and a half there, day and a half back. You made pretty quick work over there, yeah?
Yes, I would say that it went rather quickly, rather smoothly.
Very nice, very nice. Smoothly, so no no more book destruction or deaths that weren't necessary and all that.
I roll my eyes.
Any more difficulties with lying, Asa?
You know, if there was an accusation about this, I have completely forgotten. And look, a freshly offended. Excuse me?
Yeah. Word on the grapevine is you don't do well with that kind of thing. Maybe I can arrange some classes for you to kind of work on that. But yeah, we'll see. It's no worries. We got others in the group that are more capable regarding that. Yeah.
I see
Anyway,
what you mean now, sir. It's
what?
fine either way.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. So yeah, Keenran, yeah, just send your report over when you're done. But you can give me the down low of what went down there. Yeah.
Well, I took the liberty to have it written up as we were traveling back, idle hands and whatnot, and he'll kind of pull out his notes and present them to him.
Very good, very good. And he'll kind of whip out his glasses, and you kind of see his
I
eyes
hold the report.
just become like a blur as he kind of reads through it at lightning fast speeds. And he says, yeah, very good, very good. Oh, UNT, huh? Haven't come across them myself in a while. Yeah, I remember running into them. A bit of a weird folk, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Oh, Azzy, you got yourself a fancy new sword then, eh? Sentient?
Turn my back. Two of them.
Two of
Only
them,
one
huh?
of them talks.
Only one of them talks. Yeah, he kind of looks over and.
I wear the abomination sword right next to Serpent's Fang.
Okay, you kind of see him mumbling under his breath. He's like, oh, yeah, it's that one, huh? Okay. Yeah, well, as long as it's no problem for the keep, it's no problem for me. Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah,
I
Mr.
see that
Keeper.
doesn't become a problem, Mr. Keeper.
very good, very good. If it becomes a problem, you'll know when I know.
I also brought back a gift,
Oh yeah?
if you would so. And I'm
I
gonna
do
pull
like
out
gifts.
the religious Yanti book that I wrapped up and cleaned up a little bit and placed it on his desk.
Holy shit, is that a book?
Why, yes, it is, and it's one of rare, very rare.
Oh my god. Yo boy. Yeah, I'm gonna, he kind of touches the stone. Stacy, clear my schedule. I got a new book. And then he kind of places it. I'm gonna read this book so hard. Thank you. This will reflect very positively on your performance reviews. Very good, very
He
good.
doesn't. I hope he doesn't learn anything he shouldn't.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Very nice, very nice. Anyone else got anything for me? Here, I'll be you, Paddlewick. Chadwick just like tosses his like fringe aside and sighs, and he says, "No. All right, keep up the good work." Yeah. Well, if all's done, all's done. Yeah, I'll let you know if you have anything else. Oh, yeah, you've been doing pretty well. Hold on a moment. Let me just quickly look something up as to what they are.
Is it time for us to get paid again yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I'll have a look and work out when that will be. Let's see. Where is it? If I put it in these notes. Yeah, kind of just looking for something I've buried somewhere, so let me just find that. Where did I put it? Yeah, bear with me a second as I find this again.
Just start dropping fireballs everywhere.
Kane, off the top of your head, how much does adamantine cost?
In time.
Yeah, just I'm not sure how much that goes here on the Sword Coast. Do you have any idea?
I have rarely come in contact with it, but I would say nothing short of about 7,000 gold. Why? What are you scheming over there, as?
I don't know. An adamantine snake sword do a lot of damage.
Is that what Serpent Fang is made out of?
No. I wasn't gonna sell it either. But the giant one that we killed in the temple, its blade would look nice with an adamantine sheen.
Okay. Alright, I think I found it. So he'll look to Keener and say, Keenerin, my guy, you've been here a while, heard of the echoes of Orlando. I think you're high enough in the keep to know about these. So yeah, Keenerin, you will have heard kind of talkings about this, maybe nothing too much or of its origins. You'd probably have to do some digging about it. So you know the echoes of Orlando. I'll copy that into chat for you. Primarily it's kind of the business of the keeper themselves or the first reader. So very, very high up. It's something that somehow gives prophecies to the keeper and the first reader about significant events or something. Not all of them come to pass, but you have heard of them being genuinely true before, and based on whether
Just something to be heeded.
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what you can recall.
But yes, what of it though?
Yeah, maybe you need to bring your fellows up to speed, but maybe I can just cut to it. So, Echoes of Orlando. Long, long time ago, yeah, we kind of had, where was it? We kind of had a seer here. He began speaking these crazy prophecies. Oh, they seemed crazy at first, but long, long time ago, a wise founder of the keep found a way to magically record these spoken words into these kind of gemstones, and we keep them in a vault way, way beneath the keep, you know, past the worm. Yeah, but yeah, typically only myself and the first reader are able to kind of get something out of these recordings. It's pretty tricky. It's not always 100%, but we've nailed it in the past. Yeah, it's pretty hard work, kind of draining, but you know, part of the position. So we've come across a particularly sinister one. We're still kind of working out the details, but something pretty bad is coming, which is kind of why I put together this little group. Seems to be somehow related to maybe something to do with nature or druids. I'm not entirely sure, but that's kind of why I had you start doing the research into nature. From what I remember, you were successful in that, yeah?
I like to think that I was, yes.
Good. But yeah, so we're still working on getting a little bit more of a final kind of say in this prophecy, but it seems pretty bad. As soon as we get a more solid reading, I'll be sure to let you know. But that's kind of the skinny of what we have going regarding it at the moment. So I don't know if you've come across anything that seems nefarious of late while you've been employed here. You know, there was that cult you came across first. Anything else other than that would stand out?
Nothing comes to mind at first, but I'll give it a think.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll keep you updated to that as well once we get more on the prophecies meaning and details. We'll let you know. But yeah, so maybe keep an eye out for anything big and evil regarding nature or maybe druids. Okay?
Will do.
Very good. That goes for all of you, yeah? We'll keep you in the loop. This is primarily why I hired you in the first place.
Do you think these are evil druids?
I guess, because it seems like a pretty big bad thing that was coming, and it seems to be connected to nature in some way. So nature, druids, they kind of go hand in hand. So, but as I said, we're still getting the details out of this prophecy, so we're not 100% on it yet. But as soon as we know, we'll update you on that. Just giving you a kind of where we're up to now.
There a
Excellent.
timeline?
Nothing concrete yet, but typically they only become readable when they're relatively close. But it's kind of a very imprecise art, this. It's something could be off entirely or wrong or misinterpreted wrong or be true and come about very quickly or come about tens of hundreds of years later, but yeah.
Do you have any idea, like, where this is supposed to happen?
It seems pretty big, and whenever we've come across something big, it's usually world encompassing. So, no pressure, right?
Of course. Just as soon as you get any more information, please call on us, and we'll be here.
Will do. But first, I want to read this book. Then I'll give it another crack at that prophecy. I give you the old Keeper of Tomes promise. And he kind of
World
winks.
was destroyed because the keeper was delayed by a book.
I mean, giving you such a rare tome is surely worth some kind of bonus or something like that, wouldn't it be?
I guess it would be to Kane since he gave it to me, but we'll see what we can work out when it comes around to payday, yeah?
I'm sure any benefits you can provide for Kane will trickle down to the rest of us.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind when payday comes around, so yeah. Stay cool. It gives you some finger guns.
Yeah. Thanks.
Alright. And he's
He
kind
heads out.
he keeps looking down at the book. Anything else? No? Yeah. Alright. and you guys head on out.
Oh, I didn't even recognize Chadwick. I was like, "Where's Chadwick?"
Oh right,
It's the
yeah,
old picture
it's
of
his
him.
old token. Let me
Yeah.
He,
switch
he
that
cleans
out.
himself up for a meeting with the boss. I don't know.
There we go. There's proper Shadow
Oh,
Wick.
yes.
All right.
Proper.
So yeah, you guys head on out with that new
Dark and
knowledge
edgy, as all things
update.
should be.
So yeah, that was the kind of echoes of Olaundo. So yeah, you have the rest of the day for yourselves until the evening. So let's get everyone here. So yeah, it was like half a day to get here, so you have like another half of the day to take care of any bits of things you want to do.
I'm heading to the smithy if anyone wants to come with me. I have a lot of extra gear now that I don't mind getting rid of.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go with you.
Okay, yeah, we could go to the smithy. Where's
I'm
that?
Seeing
gonna
as how
go. Go ahead.
Oh, seeing as how you were asking about adamantine, if you wanted to haggle, Kane will assist you.
I probably don't have anything close to what it actually costs.
Is everyone
I'm gonna see if there's a place that sells incense.
incense, huh?
Yeah, I need a first spell.
Okay, let me see. Incense.
I also have 2 level 1 scrolls that my notes got deleted on when I leveled up.
Oh, okay.
That happened to me too.
Yeah,
I
when
have a level
I-
1 scroll that got deleted when.
yeah, when I import things from D&D Beyond, it's importing everything that's on D&D Beyond on top over the current Foundry sheet. So, yeah.
You can't add the type of scroll that it is on D&D Beyond. You
Oh,
can
really?
just add spell scroll level 5 or spell scroll level 1. It doesn't actually it doesn't let you add like scroll of cure wounds or scroll of commune. Like it doesn't
Okay.
let you do that.
That's
So,
kind of terrible.
yeah, it sucks.
I think
'Cause-
one was detect magic. I have no idea what the other one was, but I know it's a level 1.
Okay. I mean, I could try and dig around in my notes and see if I wrote it down anywhere.
I was looking back through my notes too, and I couldn't find anything on these scrolls. I normally write that shit down. But...
Let me have a look. Control F, scroll. Scroll of.
We could always do it after the session if you
Yeah,
want.
I'll have a proper look another time. Yeah, so you guys head to the Smithian stables. Salam, you could probably get some. What was it? Incense? No, was it incense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
We
probably
don't
get.
need to roleplay it. I just
Yeah.
need to grab some.
There's an apothecary that you could go to get there, to get that
Okay.
kind of stuff. Any other ingredients and stuff.
I'm just gonna grab 50 gold worth of incense.
Yeah, you can do that. There is an apothecary that has a map and a character there, but yeah, if you don't want to bother role playing, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. So yeah, you head to the you do that, and then you probably catch up with everyone else at the Smithian stables since you're just nipping in to grab that. So yeah, everyone heads to the stables. Salam splits off briefly, and then we'll join you after a little bit. So yeah, you head to the smithy. And yeah, you find the same dwarven blacksmith at work. Kind of notices you walk in as the bell tingles on the door as you step on in, and he kind of looks up and he says, "Ah, you lot again. What can I do you for?"
Master Smith,
Aye.
would you do you buy unwanted gear?
Yeah, that'll do. At a
Alright.
reasonable price, of course.
Reasonable for
I'm
him.
sure.
This guy's a rip
I pull a crossbow bolts out of my bag and summon into my hands a silver greatsword and a steel greatsword, setting all 4 items onto a table.
Yeah. Isn't this your bread and butter?
Sort of. It's been my bread and butter for almost a decade,
Yeah.
but it's keeping hard to maintain. And new opportunities are opening up for me.
Right on, right on. I could probably take these off your hands, but yeah. Over a decade, you say. It's very, very, very used. What are you
I keep
looking
a
at?
whetstone to him regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the going rate is usually about half the value that they would be purchased for.
Yeah.
Plus a decade of being taken care of. Look how well the craftsmanship has held
Yeah.
up.
Every fool can use a whetstone.
Ah, but not every fool could craft such a masterpiece and something so reliable. As a
Mm-hmm.
blacksmith of well-renowned yourself, have crafted many wonderful pieces that have lasted tens, decades, and even.
Mm-hmm. Half, you say. How much is that gonna be? Let's have a look now. So what are we looking at? Crossbow, like a light, hand, or heavy?
Yep, it's light. So those go for 25, which would make it 12.
So 25, and then some bolts. Yeah, how many? Just like a bundle.
I have 19, but for the benefit of everyone,
Yeah. Just make it 20.
we'll round down to 18, which is.
Well, it's one gold
half
piece
of-
for 20, so yeah, it's just keep it at 1 gold. What was the other? Great sword.
Both great swords. The silvered one.
Great sword is 50 gold pieces, or new.
Silver is an additional 100, so that would go for 75. And the steel.
So new it would be 226. So half it would be 113, I believe, for everything.
That's not quite the math I got.
Oh, maybe I missed some stuff. What did you get?
Like I said, okay, so 12 for the light crossbow, 75 for the silver greatsword, and for the mundane greatsword, it'd just be 25.
Mm-hmm. And then the silvered one is 75.
Yeah,
What's that?
with with another gold piece, I guess, for the bolts.
Okay, so what's the total you're looking at there?
113,
yeah,
just like he said.
Oh, did I get?
I did say I got.
All right.
I said I got a different math. I didn't say I was right, so I apologize.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, 113. He says, yeah, 13. Don't like the number. Give you 100. And he fixes you with a stern gaze.
How about 110?
He looks over to Kane.
Can I roll a persuasion check?
Yeah, yeah. $110, you say? Yeah. Yeah. Go on then. Don't say I do anything for you. And
Oh, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and this is why you
Scholar.
are the bones.
I ain't no fucking nerd. And he goes
Well,
rummaging
you are
around.
a learned man of steel and metal.
Yeah, sure. He'll go rummaging around in a barrel, and he just takes out a heavy sack of gold pieces and hands Azza 110. And then takes the
He
gear.
gave you a better deal on your fucking used shit than he gave me on shit with platinum filigree. This is fucking ridiculous.
Kane had my back. What can I say?
That is fucking obscene.
Do you keep
I just don't think
adamantine?
Acheron likes me.
No. Maybe I should be better with selling stuff. I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you keep adamantine in your workshop?
Adamantine? Probably got some knocking around looking to buy. It's
Yeah.
pretty expensive, you know.
It might be something I'd have to pay in installments. But, give me a quote first.
Adamantine what?
Coding for... And I heave the abomination's giant scimitar.
A coating.
It's just like adding silver to any weapons.
Hmm.
You can do it when you forge it, or you can do it after. It doesn't change anything.
Adamantine version 10p.
And I literally don't know what the cost of it is.
That's something I'll need to look into as well.
It could literally be thousands of gold pieces for all I know.
And it's like a giant ass weapon as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a
Adamantine
multiplier.
version of melee weapon, or 10 costs 500 gold pieces more than a normal, I think. So what was it? Scimitar. Where's the scimitar? 25. So I mean, you've already got the base weapon. So if it's a coating, I guess it could be 500 gold pieces based on the thing I found immediately here.
I'll have to I'll come back to you later with a larger down payment. And then we can talk about to see if I can pay you in installments. It's not a rush, but the idea intrigues me.
Alright, fair enough. Let me know when you got a bit more coin going, and I'll treat you well.
I'm sure you will. I look at a dear cheated Salam being like, I know you won't.
Alright, anyone else got any business with the smithy?
Yeah, Salam kind of walks in at the tail end of that and goes up to the blacksmith and goes,
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, you should. Looking for plate mail armor.
Oh,
How much?
big spender. Let's see, plate mail. Full plate mail. Full plate, typically that's 1,500, right?
Yeah.
There it says. Base plate mail. I could have it fitted for, yeah, about 1,500 gold pieces. If you want anything extra, any customizations, that'll be extra.
1,500? My dear Salam is gonna be wearing your brand out in the world, showing everyone your wonderful craftsmanship, and you are gonna try to stiff him with 1,500 gold pieces, my dear sir.
Plus, for the keeper's hands, I don't know if the keeper would look upon charging us full price too fondly.
Yeah, I pay my rent.
Jesus, rents.
My business. Industry standard 1,500.
We find ourselves in other cities quite often. I guess I'll just take my business there.
Alright.
I fucking hate this blacksmith. He's a piece of shit.
Let's kill him.
I'm down.
You should just arrange an accident.
No, roll initiative. We're doing this now.
What does he have?
Let's
A
see if
character
he's
sheet?
fire resistant.
Well, he does have a character sheet. You should probably kill him.
Me as a character
I'm
sheet.
gonna knock something off the wall with my tail as I leave.
Alright, you do that, and you bastard! It's gone up by 100 gold now, 1,600. And he shakes his hammer at you.
I'm not gonna do business with you then.
And he kind of waddles over and puts the thing back on the wall, and then goes back to his smithing.
I cast Thaumaturgy and make
Mhm.
all of his windows fucking bang open as I'm leaving.
You hear like
And Kane make a
infuriated
perception check.
cries coming from the inside.
Can Kane make a perception check to see if he sees plate armor anywhere in the shop?
Sure. Where are you? You were inside there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like right by the door when he would do it.
Mm-hmm. 14. Glancing around, you can't see any plate. This seems to be maybe like fabrication area, but I think you do remember kind of the other areas where they keep the kind of finished products. So not in this area, but maybe the area around the corner would be where they have their completed items.
All right.
Okay.
So where to now? Celebration, drinks. The night is still young.
Yeah, you could go find that gambling place or something. Or you could go to the apothecary. Oh, at the apothecary you could have maybe got some more ideas about the potion. So let's...
Want to do that?
Yeah, Salam, you kind of show the potion.
Yeah, sure.
And you kind of tell them about it, and they say, oh, we'll do some research, and I'll send a note to you, probably by this evening, as to what I've found out. And they kind of spend a couple of minutes noting it down, sniffing it, and all that kind of jazz, while you kind of like browse and pick up the incense. So you'll probably get a note later on.
Cool.
Alright. So yeah, it's probably getting on to evening time, so yeah, you could go to the hearth and kind of chill out, head to your rooms, or do anything.
And we'll keep an eye out for Miss Nis.
Yeah, you haven't seen her yet, but you probably get the sense that it's only a matter of time until she hears you're here and comes to find you.
Ah, that's what invisibility's for.
He's got hoes in different area codes.
Alright, so yeah, you guys can head to the hearth and have a relaxing time.
Yeah. I actually read the beauty book.
Oh, right.
Over a fine wine.
Okay. Let me recall as to what was in
that.
that. The Price of Beauty.
I do not look at the mirror.
Yeah. You kind of like take that up, cover it with a bit of paper.
Yeah. It's got a extra paper binding over it right now, you know, for its own protection.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, no, not
I
that
haven't
one.
taken the time to actually read it, so I'm reading it with a fine wine and some crumpets.
All right, nice. So yeah, you find it to be filled with various beautiful illustrations of woodland scenes, arts, and jewelry. There's some fanciful, delicate handwriting accompanying the illustrations in the form of short prayers, meditations, all dedicated towards seeking self-worth. There's some very, very intricately elaborated on techniques for massages, various recipes for balms, cosmetics, and beauty treatments. That's generally what you kind of read about while perusing. What's everyone else up to?
I really hate that blacksmith.
Yes, he could be quite difficult. I must say though, it's usually a nicer approach. Tends to work best with him.
I suppose when he has the only smithy in the whole keep, he gets to feel like he's the keeper himself.
That was my thought, though. What if next time we're in a major city, we talk to a blacksmith there and try to get them established here. Perhaps then we could get a discount for helping them set up shop here.
Mm.
Run that guy right out of business and have somebody else set up shop here.
A little healthy competition. It wouldn't hurt anybody, I suppose.
Exactly.
Perhaps if we discuss this with the keeper, maybe I could use the favor that he owes me now, or the favor that he gives me to establish a new shop with less rent, so it's easier to make a profit.
I like that idea.
Ooh, hello.
It would be really insulting if you invited an elven smith to beat the dwarves competition.
Ooh, definitely.
As
Are
a
you
you
about-
dirty devil, you. Look at you over there. That is a mighty fine idea to do.
Yeah.
Should motivate him, if nothing else.
Oh, my Miss Nis, welcome to the party. Please have a seat.
Yes, I heard you had arrived back, and I came looking for you, and eager to hear of your adventures. She pulls up a seat and orders a Aperol Spritz. That's probably a thing in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, what?
An Aperol
Grant's go-to.
Spritz. No, my go-to is espresso martini.
Mm.
Yes. So tell me of your adventures.
Well, we defeated a prophet of Seth, the god of destruction.
Ooh.
Kane, tell her of our adventures. Or your adventures.
It's our adventures now, Salam. You don't need to give too much credit now. No reason to showboat.
Fair.
But we liberated a whole village of Gripply, saved their young, and reinstated their queen.
Excellent. Oh, a true adventure for heroes. She starts
yes,
fanning herself.
We even brokered a semi-peace deal between a group of Yanti and the Gripply.
Ooh.
And we have reestablished the Keep's seafood connection.
Oh.
Kane has quite a way with the Yanti. He did a very good job.
Oh, a true negotiator, I'm sure.
Flip a page. Did you know cucumbers around the eyes prevents wrinkles?
Cucumber? Oh, I should try that.
I keep reading.
Ah, yes,
As
maybe you'd like to know, you've been gone a day or so, and the keep has been looking into the cursed individuals you brought. Last I heard, they were trying the usual approaches, and they got unfortunately a little bit frustrated. They didn't really want to extend themselves to using of one of those the wish spell, but they thought they would try the last resort before a wish spell, and they kind of asked one of them to volunteer, and they kind of forcibly took the painting and destroyed it, and although the moment was maddening, it seemed to reverse the curse in some way. So yes,
That's
they
incredibly risky, but I guess if there was nothing else.
yes, they did seem maddened and enraged by it, but a few moments after the destruction of the painting, it seemed to pass, and the curse was lifted.
Without
had
the
to do
madness,
with-
I hope.
Sorry?
Without the madness, I hope.
They seemed disgruntled and perturbed, but no observable madness, but the curse seemed lifted, so they were free to leave. I believe, what was his name? I think you knew him as Glitter. He headed back off to Waterdeep extremely quickly. He didn't want to stay here after the uncomfortable treatment he got, but he did leave. He did.
What did he say he did in Waterdeep? I forgot.
I believe he was part of the
jeweler?
Jewelers Guild, and he did
Jeweler,
leave a
that's what
note
it
for you
was.
saying he would either send something for you, or you were welcome to come and peruse his inventory once he is set up again.
He better not forget the favor he owes.
Yes, I believe he said he could find you a diamond if provided there's one is in his inventory. It would just be a matter of sending it over or coming to retrieve it. But he seemed quite eager to leave the keep after his uncomfortable curing.
I don't blame him. And, you know, I would actually like to go to Waterdeep. Perhaps we can put that on the list of things to do sometime. Maybe if we have a little bit of downtime in between our next missions.
Agreed.
For the keep here.
Excellent.
It'd be nice to get out.
Yeah, I could put in a request for some annual leave and accompany you, Kane. Have a little vacation to Waterdeep.
Well, he's in it
Well,
now.
Why, yes, that would be a lovely idea.
She swoons.
Kane will give her the gift he got her too.
Ooh. What is this?
Just a little something that we picked up among our travel to the Gripply village.
Ooh. I've never been to the seaside before. I've never seen such shells. This is unexpected and
Isn't Candlekeep right on the coast?
fuck.
Yes, it is.
It is. She's very sheltered. She's extremely sheltered. Yeah, she doesn't go outside much.
Oh, that's great.
No.
She's afraid of the ocean. Let's say that. But you know, she appreciates the gift.
She avoids all west-facing windows.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she's been to the seaside, but she hasn't been in the sea. Let's say that. Alright, yeah, so she's ecstatic over this gift and says, "Oh, I have nothing to give to you, Kane, now, but I'm sure I could repay the favor tonight."
Well, that sounds marvelous.
You alright then? Alright, so yeah, that's that. And you can spend any more time you want in the day. And towards the evening you will all turn in. Salam, you receive a note from the apothecary saying it took a lot of digging, but this is a curious potion that is very little is known about. It seems to be nicknamed a potion of alternate self. It seems you are forcibly removed and replaced with a alternate version of yourself, whether that is a different gender, a different race, a different alignment, a different age. It could be a very large number of possibilities based on the infinite possibilities of the alternate dimensions. So as you imbibe this potion, your current self is swapped, ended, something like that, and replaced with an alternate self.
Do they mention if there is any way to reverse these effects? Or is it permanent?
Probably something along the lines of a wish spell would do it.
Oh, Jesus. So this is a strong fucking potion then.
Yeah.
Let's give
You
it to
could
Tiny,
probably
see what
find
happens.
you could probably banish your new self and send them back to their dimension, but then you would probably have no way of bringing the other one back, presuming they still even existed.
Let's give it to Tiny.
Give it to who?
Let's give it to Tiny.
Oh, the
The ogre.
The
The
ogre?
ogre, little one,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
see what happens. Come on. You know you want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, so if one of you were to drink it, it wouldn't change, like, essentially your stats or character sheet. And if you came back as a different race, that wouldn't impact anything you had specifically chosen. It would be purely, like, roleplay-ish, the change. You'd keep your, like, character sheet, but maybe you'd be a different gender, or appearance-wise you'd be a different race or a different age. It was purely affect like roleplay, that kind of thing.
Well, I think if it changed my race, I would probably lose my climbing speed at least.
Well,
That wouldn't
it's
have
you know
claws anymore.
infinite realities. It could be a gnome that has a natural ability to climb or something. That kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be strictly like appearance that would be changed.
Okay.
Unless you want to roll the dice and get a completely different race. And like have the changes take effect. It would be up to you. I wouldn't want to like completely like demolish your character. So yeah, that's essentially what it does. Okay.
I'm gonna try to put some feelers out. I'm looking for an artist to sell these human skin canvases to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna kind of put some feelers out for any like very eclectic sort of artists in the area or anything like that to see if I could maybe find somebody that might be interested in this stuff.
Yeah, you get the idea that you would have to approach people who weren't native to the keep, so that would be very difficult. You probably have a greater chance in maybe another city.
Why would I have to approach people not native to the keep?
The keep is quite straight-laced. Maybe.
Well, I know, but people here might know of an artist like from the surrounding area that might, be known as a weird artist or something like that. I'm just kind of asking around to see if there's any artists. I'm not mentioning the human skin canvases.
Oh, okay, I get you. Yeah, there's probably plenty of artists. Like strange. Maybe no
like
one.
Any artists that are known to be like very eccentric or anything like that. Use weird materials.
Maybe you would have the odd eccentric artist visit the keep looking for bizarre forms of inspiration. If anyone were to come in again, they could be put into contact with you. You could probably like kind of leave that tidbit at the kind of like entrance guards, and they're kind of familiar with those kind of people. There's like the odd person that comes every now and then looking up bizarre creatures or tales of the macabre for inspiration. Yeah. Or you could
probably have better luck in Waterdeep, but I figured I'd at least try here.
So there's people those people do visit, so you could wait, or you could look into Waterdeep when you head there. Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, everyone done with their evening's relaxations?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
Well, I do get a cucumber from the kitchen before I leave.
Yeah, you can
creepy
request like a cucumber from the kitchens to go with your usual included meal. So yeah, you get some slices of cucumber on a little plate brought to you along with your usual meal.
And they're pre-sliced. I was gonna use the big sword on it.
I mean, yeah, you could request a whole cucumber or sliced cucumbers if you were specific.
Very thinly cut.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna need a new cutting board.
Okay. So yeah, evening is starting to come. Salam. You know that tonight is a night of a very large full moon, and you feel that your connection with your goddess Selune. I think it's technically Selune, but I think I've been saying Saloon, but
I just call her
is
Saloon.
okay. Saloon is going to be particularly strong tonight.
Okay. I was planning on going out since we were back anyway, so.
Yeah, and Kane, as you're leaving the hearth, Miss Nissa kind of grabs onto your arm and says, your place or mine?
Yours, his mind's a bit stuffy since I've been gone for so long.
Okay. She'll give you the room number and say, join me later once I have had time to freshen up.
This is how Kane dies.
Alright, so yeah, you all turn in for the night. Kane goes over to Miss Nissa's and plays patty cake or whatever. And yeah, everyone else turns in. Salam, how do you make the most of your evening?
Yeah, I would probably spend the whole night kind of outside, just outside of Candlekeep, away from the lights and the hubbub and everything like
so
that. Just kind of solitary and just kind of meditate. And I think this would actually be a good time to cast my first. Let me see here.
Yeah, you got my reference.
I'm gonna set up the incense and take some moonberries and kind of like sprinkle them around the area. And I am going to cast divination.
Divination. Can you put that into chat for me, please? Yeah. Let's have a look-see here. Okay. It's a truthful reply. Cryptic
and
rhyme. Jeez.
I am going to ask, what will I find in Waterdeep regarding Saloon's task that she will set for me?
Okay, so I will kind of add this into the vision that I already had kind of prepared for you here. So I'll kind of add it in, and you kind of get maybe a bit more direction with this. So as you kind of do this and cast your spell, and you kind of go into a trance, so the air around you grows suddenly chilly, more so than the chill of the nighttime. A cloud of vapor begins to shimmer along the area, showing you shelves, and they grow thicker around and seem to focus around a nondescript leather-bound book. The mist suddenly coalesces into the vague form of a young woman, a translucent spirit wearing a servant's uniform and bearing the symbol of a tree outlined by a rising sun at her shoulder. The figure weeps aloud, tears running down her cheeks. She opens her mouth as if to speak, which reveals that her tongue is gone. Moaning in anguish, she reaches towards you, and then the mist sheds away into nothing, and the spirit fades. You receive commune from Saloon. Seek out the spirit, and then head to Waterdeep. You will find answers there, and I particularly recommend a visit to my temple, where you will find a part of the puzzle you are now presented with. And that is the, the Temple of the Moon? The main one? No, the House of the Moon, sorry. The House of the Moon. And you'll definitely...
Waterdeep?
Yeah, in Waterdeep. Yeah, you know that as like a honking ass big temple that is really big on Saloon.
Yeah. Do you have that all typed up? Can you send that to me in Discord?
Yeah. So I kind of changed it slightly when reading, but yeah.
That's okay. You can do it
Yeah.
after the session. I was just asking.
No, that's fine. I'll
just so I can
send
have
it to you now. Where are you? Here we go.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so the kind of added bit on top of that is that you need to go to the House of the Moon, and a piece of the puzzle will be there. Okay, so this vision kind of fades, and when you come back to reality, you can see that a lot of time has passed and that the sun is beginning to rise.
Cool. I'll head back.
Okay. So yeah, you can also recall easily the shelving area, and although the book is nondescript, you would probably be able to pick it out since the vision was so strong and delivered to you through your goddess. So you could either ask about and through a description of this place, or you could kind of follow your divine senses to try and find this place. So yeah, you kind of head back in, you kind of get into the keep as the sun is now fully rising, and yeah, everyone else is either still sleeping, or if they do so, they awaken with the rising sun. Perhaps Keenerin, I think you're an early riser as a baker, or preparer of treats, yeah? So yeah, you can get up and prepare some tasty treats for everyone if you so wish. Kane.
Yeah, he would like to do that visit, like a kitchen or something. That way he's got a fuller range of tools and stuff like that. It can make slightly more impressive. So maybe today he'll make some what's he in the mood for? Maybe just like an apple pie or something like that.
Apple pie is pretty good. Excellent. Yeah, so yeah, you all have your room in the House of Rest, so there's kind of like a mess hall kind of at the bottom there, so there'll be kitchens as well. Yeah, so yeah, you can go home, go down and kind of make use of the kitchens. But at this point, they will be well aware of you, and also aware that you are of your position, and that you are under the Keeper's hands. So yeah. They let you have as much reign of the kitchen as possible, despite being like, those crazy chefs. How high energy, coked up chefs can be. So, but they know you, and yeah, they'll let you get on. Yeah. Yeah. Kane, you wake up in Miss Niss's room, unless you kind of stole away before she woke up. That's up to you.
Now he'll gently wake her up before he leaves, saying that he's gonna meet up with the others to figure out what their next plan of actions are.
All right, yeah. So she'll say thank you for a eventful, energetic night of patty cake, and ask you to not be a stranger. And yeah, you head back to the House of Rest to meet up with everyone else. So yeah, eventually everyone will meet up in the kind of eating area, and yeah, there we go. Salam kind of comes in from the outside, so if anyone is already down, you kind of see him emerge from the entrance rather than from above where the rooms would be.
Well, how's everybody's night?
Ooh. You went very robotic then. Is that you or me?
I don't know how do I
fine
sound.
to me.
Yeah, he sounds fine to me.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Everything sounds fine now. Maybe there was just a lag spike or something. Anyway, yeah, carry on, sorry.
I come in dusty, but
Dusty.
sitting myself down.
Dusty.
All right.
Okay. Alright.
My night was good. How was yours?
Well, it was lovely.
I'm sure it was.
A gentleman never kisses and tells long.
I think you just did.
He'll wink at him.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda for today? Kinorn, any news from the boss?
Not as of yet.
Is this a good time to make that trip to Waterdeep, or shall we wait longer?
That's what I was wondering. I would really like to go to Waterdeep as soon as possible. I do have to look for a book first. I don't know if any of you does this ring a bell to any of you? And I'll kind of describe the room with the shelves and the leather-bound book and everything.
Keenerin might have an idea, and so will Chadwick, but yeah, Keenerin and Chadwick will kind of talk for a bit, and then get a better idea, and you'll kind of send Chadwick off to maybe confirm it, and he'll get back to you in a little bit. So he goes off to confirm this, and then he'll be back shortly. So you guys get to finish your breakfast while Chadwick does the legwork of looking.
I had and I typically don't talk about this, but I feel like I can trust you all. I had communion with my goddess last night, and she sent this vision to me. She typically doesn't take such direct action in this world, so I know that this must be extremely important for her to do so.
Yeah, it's not a normal event that takes place. Did we ever actually end up running up that leave request? I don't know if we actually did or not, or we just talked about it.
Which quest? Sorry?
Just like a request for time off.
Oh, to go to Waterdeep, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know if we actually did or.
Miss Nis said she could file a request. You guys could file a request too, but if you kind of looked into it and found that it was some sort of work business or connected to the keep in some way, it would be classed as a business thing, I guess. So it depends whether you're going there for recreation or if you have purpose that is connected to the keep in some way.
And we'll kind of try to sell it as work business since it is a mystery after all. No reason for us not to get paid.
You'd need to kind of gather evidence of that though, so maybe looking into that book is the first step on that.
Yeah, it does kind of revolve around a book, so that could be considered work business.
Yeah.
And say I have a tip on a very rare tome that might be of interest to the keep.
Exactly. You saw how excited the keeper got when he saw that Yuan-Ti book. He damn near creamed his pants.
Yes. I think, it's worth a shot.
And we could say we're following up on, offering glitter and seeing as how the keep has helped him out beneficially. And maybe we could even broker a kind of trade deal between the keep and the Jewelers Guild. Favor for favor?
Yeah, that could work as well. We could say that, we have a contact that has good connections within the Jewelers Guilds of Waterdeep, and they had maybe expressed some interest in setting up, shop here in Candlekeep, and we are dealing with that as well. So there could be multiple reasons for us to go to Waterdeep on behalf of the keep.
I believe that should be pretty easy to arrange. Doesn't hurt to try. The only thing you can say is no. Or the worst thing you could say is no, I should say.
Plus, if we're helping them limit their budget, I don't see why they wouldn't be willing to jump aboard. And how many times have you seen them spend money on diamonds and other fine jewels?
I mean, it does take a lot to keep this place running, that's for sure. A lot of odd things come through here, sometimes requiring more exotic objects.
Well, and I know from experience that gems and jewels are a fairly common resource in casting of stronger spells. So having a jeweler on hand here that could perhaps supply the keep with those, gemstones and stuff like that when they have need of it could benefit the keep greatly.
Well, I suppose once we're, done with our breakfast and our morning routines, I can head on over there and put in that request. It'll give him time to discern over that prophecy of his.
Okay, so once you guys have concluded anything you want to talk about, you want to get some more incense, yeah, that's fine. Chadwick punctually returns at the time of you finishing your talking and says he asked around and he found the kind of general area that kind of matches your description. As for the specific book you're looking for, he's not sure, but he says he knows what area you typically described, so he can take you there if he wants.
Cool, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, he'll lead the way if everyone's ready.
Ready?
Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, he kind of leads you to like a large building, and as you go in, you find the kind of shelvings that Salam you quickly identify as the ones you saw in your vision. So yeah, you kind of get a pull in a general direction, and you start kind of exploring this room. Okay. It takes a while, but through just searching or through kind of just following your divine senses, you're kind of pulled to a specific area, and as you're kind of combing the shelves, you come across the book that you saw in your visions. Again, it's very plain looking, but as it was shown to you in a vision, it sticks out to you like a sore thumb, and yeah, you find it, and you are able to pick it out if you so desire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pick it out the shelf. It's a leather-bound book with brass corner fittings, and it's an intricately carved brass clasp that holds the book shut. Embossing the cover depicts the same symbol that you saw. Looking closely, you kind of see it as a lemon tree with the sun rising behind it. Anyone have the noble background or intricate knowledge of Waterdeep, or you could just do a history check? One of those.
I do not.
So you could just do a flat history check, or if you have the noble background or knowledge of Waterdeep, you'll be fine.
I've been around the Sword Coast up and down a few times. Let's see if I just picked up anything.
So yeah, feel free to roll history then.
Nope.
Almost. Yeah, this doesn't ring any bells for you. Nor Kane.
What is Waterdeep?
What is Waterdeep? It must be some sort of
that's
deep
like one of those
ocean place.
Yeah, it's a merfolk
Right.
place, right?
Yeah, merfolk, probably.
I'll roll.
12, let's see. You're not too sure,
All
but
trees look like
it's
them
probably some sort of noble family. Most noble families have a crest. You can't put your name on which family it is, though. Salam, are you going to roll history at all, or are you?
There's no way he would know.
Okay, that's fine. So Keenerin, you say, oh,
I mean, he grew up in the Feywild. He hasn't been back that long.
That's fair.
There's just no way.
Yeah, so Keenerin, you'll say, oh, it's probably some noble family. Most of them have a crest, but you don't really know which noble family it is.
Yeah, I did a lot of trading with various families, but I can't recall.
It should be as easy enough as just asking a local then.
Yeah, should be able to find it pretty easily.
So yeah, here's a handout of the book you found. I just dug that up there. Okay, so let's see. So, do you decide to open it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you open up and you find the title written in there on the first page, titled Sarah of Yellow Crest Manor. Okay, so let's see. Kind of leafing through the initial pages. It seems to be a mixture of exercises, drawings, reminiscences. The earliest pages bear nothing but kind of repetitions of the name Sarah over and over again, with various household chores, pending activities, shopping lists, and names to take up the majority of the lot of this book. If you wanted to spend a bit more time, you could read it a bit more in depth. Because it seems to, as you kind of get deeper into the book, it seems to shift from what you're reading beforehand into more of a first-hand account, as if it's some sort of diary. So if you wanted to kind of spend some time reading that, you are welcome to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the best reader, but I'll give it a go.
I mean, yeah, it would just be a matter of time to kind of leaf through it.
Okay.
So if everyone's willing to wait, you can spend time kind of reading through it, just kind of conversing together of what you kind of read and find. So
does anyone want to read this with me? I'm not the fastest reader. If somebody else wants to maybe read it out loud or something, we could all partake. That's fine.
Chadwick's probably pretty good at kind of skimming and summarizing things quite easily.
Real page turner, that one, you might say.
Definitely. Okay. So yeah.
Chadwick can read it. That's
all right. So yeah, where the diary begins, it seems to become a first-hand account, all written in common, depicting the life of someone who describes herself as a servant in the Waterdeep Manor of Lord Vialis Yellowcrest and Lady Maria Yellowcrest. The diary entries are not on consecutive pages, and most are undated. In addition to writing about her daily obligations and life in the manor, she also wrote about Lady Maria, who came from a poor family and empathized with Sarah's own lack of education. And through these genuine affections for Sarah, it kind of led to her teaching the young servant how to write and give, and that's where she gave her the leather-bound book, and she started writing down these kind of entries in a diary. Okay, so as he kind of flicks forward, he comes to the more recent entries, which start to get dated, and they happened roughly 5 years earlier, and there is a definite change in tone as she starts to worry about the strange things that the Lord is doing and how he's conducting himself. That's Lord Yellowcrest, and his habit of spending too much time with various ancient books in his study. And the final diary entry reads, "I stole close to Lord Vialis today and saw that he had chalked a circle marked with strange runes across the floor in his study. A puddle spread within the circle and appeared to me as bubbling blood. Lord Vialis stood next to it, motionless, one of his vile books in hand, and muttering something I could not hear. I slipped away quickly, though I fear he might have heard me this time. I've never been so scared in my life, and I must tell Lady Maria what I have seen. I must. And kind of, there's also a kind of sketch towards the end of the book as well. Where are we? Let's have a look at that. There's a sketch. So the sketch is very, very crude and simple, but it seems to be some monster of sorts. Let's see. Where was it? Seems to be a kind of collection of monsters, one of which is a giant burning monster, very, very large it seems, and the other shows a monstrous creature with a bulbous head, long arms, tentacles for legs, and multifaceted eyes.
Ooh.
That's some bloodborne shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dibs on the madness.
So, yeah. As Chadwick is also reading this, for the most part he kind of refers to as I or she, but every now and then he mentions the person's name, Sarah. And after kind of mentioning it several times, a number of you probably begin to notice the room growing chilly and darker each time he mentions the name. And then you all get this kind of pressure, this forcible presence, until the chill reaches a peak and the lights in the room go out, and any light coming in from outside through the windows seem to darken. And out from
I stand
the
up very rapidly in the fight.
Okay, yeah,
I stand up.
Yeah, you stand up, ready, and a mist, a kind of writhing mass of energy starts to pour out from the book, and a ghost appears before you.
Hell no, I ain't Elva enough for this.
And Salam, you recognize this ghost instantly as the one you saw in your vision. What does everyone else do?
Don't hurt it. It's Sarah.
Ken kind of takes a step back with his hand out, just like ready for anything, watching as everybody's doing.
Yeah, Kinora's just kind of sitting there, just kind of readied. Watching, waiting.
Kind of looking at this ghost, they look and give off this aura of sadness, anguish, and rage, and she starts to bear down upon you all.
Oh no.
Oh no, is she attacking us?
No, she's just kind of bearing down upon you.
Oh.
And similarly, she opens her mouth as if to speak or wail, and
But her
Salam,
tongue is gone.
yeah, you notice that her tongue is gone.
Oh, well, shit. Her tongue is gone, just like it was in the vision.
He's gonna kind of shake his head and say, well, point the finger at her.
Ooh!
How could we help you, darling? You could respond to this
That's a
message.
good idea, too.
Okay, so...
I was gonna use the Ring of the Grammarian to, instead of casting tongues, I was gonna cast tongued to try and give her a tongue.
Ooh. I mean, both of those could work, I guess.
But let's see if his message works first.
Wait, no, do the tongue thing. That sounds cooler.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so you cast Tongued on her, and...
It's a third level spell. So.
Yeah.
Tongues grow all over the place.
Yeah, maybe a real fleshy tongue appears in her mouth, but then kind of drops to the floor as it's kind of disjointed from her spectral self and her fleshy self. So now there's just like a real ass tongue kind of flopping around on the floor. But yeah, message would work as well. But yeah, so yeah, you get a reply, and briefly she is
Cantrip works, but a third level spell doesn't.
Come
on, man.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing here. Either way, you're gonna communicate with her. It's fine. I just thought it would be cool to have like a tongue flop out, all weird and gross like. But yeah.
Oh.
But either way, you're able to communicate. Yeah. If you try again, maybe just rejig the spell. You could focus it to be kind of a spectral tongue. So yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Mm.
I wasn't going for like a fleshy tongue that was gonna fall out of her mouth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can only do it once a day though, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So either one of those work. So yeah. Basically, yeah. You ask, "How can I help you?" And she cries out, "I seek vengeance for what was done to the Yellow Crest family." And I think that is where we will leave things for today. As yeah, it's getting pretty late. So yeah, and we're
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm not looking at that.
Nice fleshy tongue there. So yeah, we're kind of kicking off the next mystery now. So everyone's level 7 now, and we're getting into a mystery that will be taking us to Waterdeep, it seems, and is heavily connected to a vision that was given to Salam. And new things also, that there seems to be some very sinister prophecy connected to natures and possibly druids that seems to potentially impact the whole world. So yeah, that seems to be where we are now. So we'll pick up this again next Tuesday, same time, same channel, twitch.tv/Acheron89. And then on Sundays, we're a different group that I'm a player in. We're doing Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So yeah, tune in for that as well. Same time, around 8 PM BST, British Summer Time, so tune in. Also a link down to the Discord below. Yeah, anyone else got anything to shout out before we hop off?
I'm good.
Alright.
Come on by on Thursday, twitch.tv/Hawkensprocken for some Icewind Dale. We're in the final chapter of the game, so come on by 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern, so it's the same time as where this game runs. So you want to see our faces again, come by on Thursday.
Very good. Misguided?
I want you to find time to take a nap, because you've earned it.
Ooh, naps are good. I'll do that, and viewers do that as well. Yes.
Yeah, so we got a name change, no longer misguided_misfits.
Oh.
Now streaming name is Swirl Daddy 7.
Oh, okay. Swirl Daddy, so that was you.
The Swirl Daddy.
The Swirl Daddy. Gonna be streaming some Star Citizen, Call of Duty, and some more turn-based tactical RPGs. So hop on by.
Any particular reason for the name change?
Yeah, misguided_misfits was too long, too much to say.
Okay.
Swirl Daddy is shorter, funnier, and gets right to the point.
Any particular meaning behind the number 7?
My birthday, September 7th.
Alright. Nice. Alright, so yeah. Look out for Swell Daddy 7 coming your way. Ace, excellent.
He's in your ships.
He's in your ships.
And he will stab you.
I didn't choose the pirate life. The pirate life chose me.
Yeah. Get your most pirate-esque shank ready. Very good. So yeah, thanks for watching, and guys, thanks for playing and putting up with my
Thanks for
shit.
DMing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks for DMing.
Yeah, I don't always know what I'm doing or what's going on, but hey, I try. Alright, wicked. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday and stream. See you again soon. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.